Hey guys, good morning. Not good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope everybody's having a happy Thanksgiving. Just wanted to come say hello and see how everybody was doing. This is my new puppy here, Blue. I just want to introduce him. He might be on the show later. Blue, take a look. Doesn't he have the most beautiful, weirdest eyes? Anyway, what in the hell is going on with the Democratic Party? These guys are losing their freaking mind. I was watching the news today and I was looking at the Thanksgiving Day parade, and there are protesters out there. Whatever happened to enjoying Thanksgiving with the family and relaxing and spending quality time and being thankful for the things this country has to offer? And you have people soaked in blood at the Thanksgiving Day parade. This country's going to shit. I love this country, but it's just horrible. I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, it's a shit show. I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's not Republicans or conservatives out there. It has to be Democrats and crybabies. I mean, it has gone so far and so out of hand that I don't know if we're going to be able to come back from this. We all need to get out there and have our voices heard because this is ridiculous. You can't even enjoy a parade anymore. Years ago, you had parades all over the place. Now you have protests. I mean, this is just unbelievable. I am so grateful to have a great family and a good job and whatever else I have. I mean, it's just a wonderful thing. I mean, these people are just incredible. Yeah, I was thinking about a funny story that my kid years ago, my youngest kid, man, when he started working for me, I remember that we were speaking about Democrats and Republicans. We were driving home, and there was a guy in the street asking for money. Now, I don't have a problem volunteering and giving money to the veterans or whatever else, but you got to have a job, or have done something or fallen on hard times that I don't mind. But I remember coming down the street and we stopped at the light, and I remember my youngest son, telling me, "Hey, Dad, why don't you give that guy some money?" I'm like, "No, he doesn't work. He's out here begging every day. I'm not going to give him money. That's not me. I don't do that." Oh, he got into the whole thing with, it's not right. You should give people money and this and that for the less fortunate. And I said, no, if he doesn't work, I'm not going to give him money. I work way too hard to be able to do this. And I remember, a little bit later, it must have been a couple weeks later, he got his first check. And we were driving home, and there's the guy again. He's sitting there on the side of the road begging for money. And I said, "Look, MJ, there's the guy. Why don't you give him some of that money? You just got paid today." He's like, "No, Dad, I worked hard for that money. I'm not going to give it to him. He doesn't work." I looked at him. I said, "Welcome to the Republican Party." I never forgot that. And I was trying to explain. He was asking me some questions, the other day about Republicans and Democrats, and I was trying to kind of explain to him a little bit. It's hard to explain to a younger kid, politics and open borders and this and that, and he started asking about Kamala Harris and Biden and things like that. And I'm a Republican. I grew up a Republican. My family's from Cuba, so we just always grew up Republican, and that's kind of how we are. And I remember telling him, I said, "You know who Kamala Harris is? She's the border czar." He's like, "Dad, the borders are wide open." "What do you mean the borders are?" I said, "Well, she's in charge of the border. So how do you think she's doing? Is she doing a good job?" And he looked at me like I was crazy. I mean, he understands now. He's 14, and he's understanding a little bit more about what's going on as far as inflation and the border and why we can't let so many people in here at one time. I mean, it's amazing how they go from me, and this is what I want to, wow, this costs this much. He was trying to plan out a trip for Disney. I told him to. I said, "Look, I work too hard. I don't have time to plan out a Disney trip." And this is kind of funny, man. He basically broke it down for me. He sent me a PowerPoint. I mean, I'm going to share it with you guys one day. He broke it down from, this is how much the tickets are going to be. This is what we're going to spend in food. This is how much the hotel is going to cost. There's 6 of us. And I was looking at this thing, and it's broken down, and he has it. I think it came out to I think it came out. Look, that we can go to Disney for 2 day passes, express passes. It came out to he was like $2,000, and he almost got me the other night. I was drinking and I had a couple of drinks in me, and my wife Julie was like, "Hey, now's your chance. He's got a couple of drinks on me. And let me tell you what, I almost pulled the trigger that night, and I was telling him, hold on, this is an old fashioned, by the way, and I was telling him, get it together, and he's looking online, he's getting everything going, and he almost got me, man. I was one drink away, but I was pretty much done at that point. And I said, look, you got 10 minutes left. But I was just about to pull the trigger on that. But, he didn't calculate food. He didn't calculate going out to dinners, gas. To take your family to Disney now, it costs you, it must cost you at least $4,000. I'm a Florida resident. If you're not a Florida resident, forget about it. But, just for a 2-day pass, you're looking at with food and everything, you're looking around $4,000. That's ridiculous. When I was a kid, we used to go to Disney. Me and my two brothers and my father and mother, we used to go to Disney three times a year. And I'm sure it was hard for them back then, but it not as hard as it is now. Now it's incredible, man. I can't even go out to happy hour with my wife, have a couple drinks, and it costs $200. Now, granted, I may drink a little more. 4 martinis, I'll slam them in there. But we're talking a good couple $100, just for dinner. I think I remember taking my kids out to Benihana's the other day for my son's birthday. It was $800 a check for Benihana's, Benny freaking Hana's, $800. It was just unbelievable. The economy is just, the inflation is just ridiculous, and it's not coming down. So I don't want to waste too much time. I'm just around 7 minutes. I don't want you guys to get bored, but I just want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving from my family to yours, and let's all be thankful for what we have, because it could be gone in an instant. And just please try to stay sane out there. Be safe driving, and love you guys. It was nice talking to you. Cheers. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit, and we'll go from there. But anyway, happy Thanksgiving, guys.